Today is going to be a little bit different of a video. I wanted to tell a story about my greatest achievement in my life so far. So I moved to an apartment when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend. And across the street from this apartment was a old building that a lady ran an antique store in. She had a heart for animals, but she may not have gone about things the same way that I would have. And although she was feeding um the cats, there were several moms that were not fixed, and the poor things kept having litters, and the kittens are running around. It was getting to be a little bit out of control. And the woman ended up selling the building and just leaving these cats that she had been feeding. So it became my mission to rescue as many of these cats as possible. So another friend of the prior owners got involved because she had helped feed the cats as well. So the cats were acclimated to her voice, and she ended up being able to capture all of the kittens. There ended up being two of the moms that got trapped and released in the neighborhood, and we were down to one mom, and you'll never guess what color she was. Orange. Yep, she was an orange and white cat. You know, those orange ones are just they just have a good intuition. They're harder to capture, I feel. So what ended up being is I took it on as a mission to befriend this cat. I named her Mama Mia, and she was just a sweetheart. Eventually, she would let me pet her, and I remember the day. It was right before Thanksgiving. We're in Michigan. The snowstorm is on the way. It's so bitter cold out. She just looked so weak and defeated, and I didn't know it at the time. I thought she was pregnant. She had actually already had her kittens. Um, no one was to know where those were, but I I was able to reach out, grab her, and I captured her, and I brought her into my house. So I had other cats, and I didn't want anything to happen. I didn't want to risk any sort of illness or anything to my other cats. So she was isolated for a long period of time. And again, at that point, I didn't even realize she had already had the kittens. I thought she was still going to give birth. So I called the vet. This cat was completely feral. She's never been in a crate before. So there were some things that I had to do a little bit differently with Mama Mia. Instead of putting her in a crate, I ended up trapping her in a very large cardboard box. And then I basically had to tape that cardboard box shut so she couldn't get out. Um, the first vet visit was wild. It was like completely feral. She was running all around the room. They actually had me leave the room, and I think they panini pressed her. But that's how we found out she was not pregnant anymore. She had probably given birth to them somewhere, and it was middle of winter. I don't think they would have survived even if I hadn't caught Mama Mia at the time. So it's something I'm sad about, but the kittens just didn't make it. And poor Mama Mia had so many litters. She's a cat that just kept getting pregnant over and over. She didn't need another set of kittens. So getting her off the streets was like the best thing possible for this cat. So she's now an indoor cat, and after a few months, I let her roam my house where she could try to make friends with my other cats. And if you know my channel, Miss Swiss is a diva. She's not very nice to anybody. Honestly, she's sometimes not nice to me. Um, I know she looks cute, but she's a bit of a diva. So they just never really got along, but it's not like they fought either. I had a very large place at the time. So there were multiple rooms. They kind of just gave each other space. They could eat around each other. Again, it wasn't like hostile environment. But Mamma Mia is still not fixed. And the issue is, fool her once, you ain't fooling her twice. So me trying to get her in a box again or a crate of some sort to get her to the vet was impossible. She's an orange cat. She's darn smart. So that was really the issue. Now, Mamma Mia is an indoor cat. I'm on like the second floor. I'm in an apartment complex that has multiple security levels to get in and out of. So although Mamma Mia wasn't fixed, all my other cats were fixed, and Mamma Mia was not getting outside where she could get knocked up again. So, did I have to deal with her meowing when she would go in heat? Yes, but she was just such a sweet cat. I would have done anything for her. Now, I was getting ready to leave the apartment that I was at. And again, I had more than one cat. So as much as I wanted to keep Mamma Mia forever, that just wasn't a possibility. Mamma Mia, again, is the best cat. Mamma Mia snores in her sleep. I've never heard a cat snore before. She snores. She's just so kind and sweet. She's a cat that would lick you. She's just the best cat to get off the streets. Like she just, was something that, again, I'm telling the story of my greatest accomplishment. It's her. And my neighbor, a really good lad in his 20s, had expressed that he wanted a cat. And so I proposed, said, hey, in the long run, I was never going to be able to keep Mamma Mia. I already have other cats. She deserves a great home, though. I'm not going to just let her go to anyone. And he expressed interest in getting her. And so I was able to somehow get her in a crate to get her across the street to his apartment, and him knowing, that she still needed to be taken in to get fixed. Like that was the ultimate goal. And that she was a feral cat. So it wasn't like that she was just going to be day one a friend of his. It just wouldn't happen. But she was a very friendly cat. And if he put in the time and effort, she'd be the best cat that he could ever wish for. And he took it on. My neighbor Michael, he took on the challenge, and it's been a blessing. He's absolutely fell in love with the cat. It's 2 years later now. They're the best of friends. The cat sleeps on the bed. Like he actually moved. He's been able to get her in a crate and get moved. She's been fixed. It just couldn't have worked out better. And as much as I miss her, and again, like when you love something, it's really hard, but what the best interest is. You have to let it go sometimes. I could not keep her. It wasn't in best interest to have another cat, and she deserved to have her own time after being on the streets, who knows how many years. So I can happily say Mamma Mia has a fabulous owner. She has a home. She is well loved, and she will always be my greatest accomplishment. And I say so far because I hope to have more accomplishments like her. Now, I know this wasn't like my normal video, but I am traveling, so I'm recording some great content that I'll be able to put out in the next few weeks. We're here on episode 4, so I'm still a new content creator. All you have to do to help me out is subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy this content, you can like it, tell a friend, share the video. It's that easy. And I'm going to let you guys go with some cute cat content from Miss Swiss. Thank you.